Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do the detailed review of the new budget smartphone from Tenor in India, the Tenor D. So Tenor is a relatively new brand in India which was announced last year. It's a sub-brand of Amazon, and this device is an ultra budget smartphone offered at a price of 4,999, and there's also another variant offered at 5,999. So this device does come with a pretty good hardware, and this is a direct competitor to the Xiaomi's Redmi 5, which we have reviewed on this channel. So the Tenor D comes with a 5.2-inch HD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 425 quad-core chipset. It is available in 2GB RAM as well as 3GB RAM variants, and the storage offered is either 16GB for the 2GB RAM variant and 32GB for the 3GB RAM variant. Now the phone also comes with 13MP rear camera and a 5MP front facing camera and Android Nougat out of the box. There is upgrade to Android Oreo and a 3500 mAh battery. Along with that, it also comes with a fingerprint scanner at this price segment. So how good is the Tenor D when compared to the competition? Let's find out in this detailed review. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see that Tenor D does not offer anything new. It's the same old design we have seen in this budget segment. It comes with the rear camera, 13MP camera. Below that you can see the fingerprint sensor. It feels slightly plastic in nature, although it does come with unibody construction and feels quite decent overall. The build quality doesn't feel as good as the Xiaomi's Redmi 5A and feels a bit plasticky in nature, but quite good for a budget offering. And you can also see the Tenor branding and also the speaker unit located at the bottom panel. The top panel houses the 3.5mm audio jack, the right side houses the power and volume keys, the bottom panel has the micro USB charging slot, and the left side houses the SIM tray. So SIM tray is a dedicated SD card slot. You get two SIM card slots and also an SD card slot. Now on the front panel you have this 5.2-inch display. The bezels are slightly larger because you also get the navigational button, that's on-screen navigational buttons. So there is slightly larger bezels on the top and the bottom panel. So that's the design aspect. So overall it feels like a quite decent device offering in this price segment and does not offer anything new in terms of the design and build quality. Now next up, let's talk about the display. So the phone comes with a 5.2-inch HD display. It's a 720p display, which is quite good in this price segment. The display quality looks pretty good. The viewing angles are quite acceptable. The color quality is also again quite decent overall. There is no 2.5D glass or there is no protection offered by this display, but that's quite acceptable because this is a budget segment, so you don't get all the features you get in a 10K plus smartphone. So the touch response is quite smooth, and overall we feel the display feels quite good in this price segment. Next step, let's talk about the software. So this phone comes with Android 7.1.2 out of the box, and so just like previous Tenor offering, this also is upgradable to Android Oreo. Right now we have Android 7.1.2 out of the box, and you will be getting the Android Oreo update. That's what being promised, and you have this chalk-like UI on this device. There is absolutely no customizations, and a couple of Amazon apps are included because this is a product from Amazon. So 3-4 Amazon apps are included. Other than that, you get a sound recorder and FM radio, and it's pretty much stock Android experience, so no additional apps included. And if you're a person who likes a stock Android, this is one of the really good budget smartphones available in this price segment. Now this phone comes with the Snapdragon 425 quad-core chipset coupled with 2 and 3GB RAM variant. So we have the 3GB RAM variant, and it did perform quite well in day-to-day tasks. There was absolutely no issues in different tests we put to this device, and it came out quite well without any sort of issues. But when it comes to gaming, this is definitely not a device for gaming. You could see that gaming is available only in low graphic settings. The medium and high graphic settings were disabled, and we couldn't play in high graphic settings. So it's definitely not a device for gaming, but you can play casual games on this device which are not heavy in terms of the graphic performance. So overall the performance looks quite good, but definitely not a device for gaming. Now the phone also comes with dual SIM cards and dedicated SD card slot. You have the option of expanding the storage without compromising on the SIM card, and you get either 16GB storage or 32GB storage based on the variant you choose. Now the phone also comes with a fingerprint scanner mounted on the rear panel. So this is definitely a good feature because the Redmi 5A, which is the direct competitor to this device, does not feature a fingerprint scanner. So the fingerprint scanner performance is quite okay. It's not the fastest out there, but having a fingerprint scanner definitely is a good feature. Next up, let's talk about the cameras. So we have a 13 megapixel rear camera and a 5 megapixel front camera on this device. So looking at the camera interface, is pretty simple and basic UI. It does come with some additional modes and also filters available, and it can record videos in 1080p resolution. Now looking at the camera samples taken with this device, it does a decent job altogether in terms of the camera clarity. It's not as good as what is being offered at the Xiaomi 5A, which offers slightly better photos in daylight conditions, and you can also see that the focusing was a bit of an issue on this device. We had to tap multiple times to get the focusing right, so the camera abilities are not that great on this device, and overall we feel camera could have been a tad better on this device. So we would say the camera abilities of the device is pretty much average, and in low light conditions it was a lot noisier, but so the camera was average at its best. So the downside of the device is definitely the camera aspect. So it does come with a 1080p resolution and also a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and the selfies turned out to be pretty much average in nature. So the camera is one of the downsides of the XR. So that was the camera aspect. Now let's move on to the final aspect, the battery life. So the phone comes with a 3500 mAh battery, and this is quite good capacity for a budget offering, and you can get more than a day of battery life with a XR. So 3500 mAh battery can get you more than a day of battery life without much issues, and if you're a moderate user with daily calls, WhatsApp, Facebook and other social networking apps, along with calls and bit of camera usage, you can definitely get more than a day of battery life on this device. So battery life is quite good on this device and one of the good features of this device. So now summing up, how good is the XR for the price of 4999, and there is also another variant offered at 5999. So we feel the XR is a good offering in this price segment. The pros of the device include stock Android experience, good performance and upgrade to Android Oreo, good battery life, the pricing is good, and also fingerprint scanner adds to the value of this device. So it's overall a good package in this price segment. Now the downsides of the device is definitely the camera. The camera could have been a tad better, and the design, there isn't anything offered new in the design aspect. So these are some of the pros and cons of the XR. So overall we feel this is definitely a good competitor to the Xiaomi's Redmi 5A. We'll be posting an in-depth detail and comparison of the Redmi 5A with the XR. So stay tuned for that. So overall, if you're looking for a good budget smartphone, the XR is definitely a device to consider at this price segment. So this device is available exclusively on Amazon. So we'll share the link in the description of this video for both the variants. So this is available in black as well as gold variant. You can pick it from Amazon using our link. So that's it for this video on the review of the XR. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.